I'm sorry I'm in kind of a bad mood. I started a diet today, too. Yeah, so those system diets, where you go in there and they give you 7 days worth of food, it's gone. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to eat for the next 6 days.
He has lived for the stage in a number of ways.
If you go to a four-way stop in Minnesota and see 3 Minnesota plates to start filming a remake of that movie, The Day the Earth Stood Still. Right? It's like, oh no, you go. No, you go. No, you no.
The goal has always been the same: make someone laugh.
Kids don't have the same candy we had when we were kids, right? We had good stuff like rock candy and pixie sticks, pure colored sugar in a tube. Were the dentists running Halloween when we were kids?
Scott Hansen's dream of comic relief has grown over time into a legacy. That's what happens when you hit 60 years of age. You reflect.
Well, when I started my first club, there were 5 clubs in the country total. And so we had like 4 comics all just getting together, and basically we had control of everything. We did the shows. We didn't even know if we were good or bad because we had nothing to compare ourselves to. So luckily, we only charged $1, so it was okay, and nobody really judged us.
Years ago, he made a decision that his health needed a boost. So he had gastrointestinal bypass to fight off a genetic weight issue.
You know, I tried to deal with it all my life, and I took what I think was the last resort and had an abdominal bypass surgery, which turned my stomach into about the size of an acorn.
Now that's major surgery.
It was major surgery. I've been still recovering. It's going to take another few more weeks.
And how's it gone so far?
Well, I'm not eating, and that's a great thing. I don't get hungry. I have 3-4 teaspoons of food, and I'm full.
His comedy club became part of the landscape, where future big names started making their names before people like Seinfeld and Leno became household names.
Well, it's great because they weren't big names at the time. You know, they were just comics working. The first time Seinfeld came through, hardly anybody knew who he really was, except people who really watched a lot of late night TV and saw him on The Tonight Show. You know, my mom actually told me about Jay Leno because he was on the daytime show that David Letterman had. So we had small venues and people came out in droves.
On this night, as part of his birthday bash, he sits down for a performance. He doesn't do this as much as he used to, but like riding a bike.
If your parents go missing, just look at the nearest roundabout. That's where they are. We're just going round and around and around. Where's old Pa? Don't know. Check the roundabout again. A lot of comics have told me, including Jay Leno, you're only as good as your last show. So you just got to keep doing it. If you want to get laughs, you got to go on stage, and so you just got to keep doing it. You know, success is judged by the people that show up and laugh. So if I have fun and they all laugh, then I'm happy.
And on this night, he's not alone.
Wisconsin, the land of 10,000 corner bars and 1 million happy drunks. You got Minnesota, the land of 10,000 treatment centers and 1 million pissed off alcoholics.
He has a number of comics working their way up like he did, helping provide the show and reflecting on Hansen's impact in their acts.
A lot of the fun is getting on stage, but the more fun is the car rides to and from shows, the time behind the scenes and what have you. Scott is full of stories. It's amazing what he's been able to do and who he's worked with, who he's had to bring on stage. And I'm just lucky to have the opportunity to get stage time with him.
They said on the test, they said I should be an ultimate fighter. Don't cheat on those tests is the bottom line. You don't.
Back in October, I was in Iowa. The audience was so small, we all shared the same pizza. Yeah, laugh it up. I had to buy it.
It is a road difficult to travel, to get up in front of an audience, to try and make them laugh. That's what Hansen understands.
I've been working with him for off and on for 10 years now, and it's great. He always brings a great crowd. People love him, and a lot of that audience energy, gets filtered onto me as well. So it's great to do shows with Scott.
He's dabbled in films, with a spot as police officer Danville in Roger Nygaard's cult classic movie Warped. He was the cop that would not die. But Hansen's background has been about staying in one place, not tempted to make Los Angeles or New York home because of the home he grew up in and remembers.
When I was a kid, I moved around a lot. I was in a different school in first grade, second grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade.
And I wanted to give my kids a base. I wanted my kids to have friends that they knew in grade school. And that was important to me, and they've got that.
He's just got good ideas, and he's somebody who should have gone out to LA a long time ago, and he would have been much more, I don't want to say successful, but he would have been more successful on a national level.
What he wanted for himself is what he wants for this group, to have a place to experiment, just like his comedy club provided.
I mean, we had 4 comics trying to fill a 2-hour show, a 3-hour show some nights. So we were able to try so many different things and so many fun things. It really gave a lot of people a chance to write and experiment. And it's really, a lot of people that just began their careers here really saw it as a nourishing time for themselves to really get going.
Scott's been great in allowing me to perform in a lot of different places, introduced me to a lot of great people, put me in front of Jeff Cesario and Louis Anderson.
His history of Minnesota comedy was reinvigorated years ago when the 5 original comics that headlined his club got together, including his pal, Louis Anderson.
Thank you. Minnesota embraced me 26 years, I guess it's 26 years, I think. It'll be this year. And they still continue to embrace me, and I feel the same way about them.
So here's to a career of making other people better and making people laugh along the way.
Oh, and don't those highway guys piss you off? You see them standing there doing nothing with that big sign that says slow with an arrow pointed to their head?
Like I said, it's not as much as an enjoyment anymore. It's a job. It's a job that I do, and I'm glad that I can still do and still work. I talked to Louis Anderson today, and he was with a guy that was a comedian when I grew up, and he's 91 and still doing shows. And I thought, well, is that a good thing or bad? He still has to work at 91. But if he's still able to get him in an audience and make them laugh at 91, that's a great thing.
Life to the Max is brought to you by Life Touch, photography for a lifetime.